All right, y'all. And I am live. Good morning, everybody. It is September 16th, a Wednesday, and it's 9:38 in Phoenix. How's everybody doing this morning? All right. So I wanted to go ahead and jump into this live stream because, as we all know, as everybody has been talking about, there has been new updates in the Cardi B saga with her husband, Offset. Okay, it appears that Cardi B has gone on ahead and did what she should have done 3 years ago in the first place, and she is filing for divorce. All right, and I do hope that she goes ahead and she goes through with it. Okay, I hope she's not just angry and just filing. I hope that she's going to file and that she is done. Okay, this is the smartest move that Cardi B has made since she has come on the scene. So I have to say, yeah, you go, girl. Yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. She should have been did it. She should have been did it. And I am so glad that she has done it. So let's examine, the history between these two and their marriage real quickly, because there's a lot that we can pick up and learn from the situation, ladies. So I was doing a little bit of reading up, a little bit of background. They don't tell us really much about what happened, just that she filed for divorce and that she would like custody of their daughter, Culture. She wants full custody. And the divorce is contested, by the way. So it seems that Offset does not feel the same way. And so we're going to delve into that, in a little bit. First, I was reading a little bit on Offset and his other baby mamas, okay? Because you do know that he has four other baby mamas, and I believe that Cardi B is either baby mama number 4 or 5. I'm not sure, because one of the women, I do believe 2 years ago, she came out and she accused Offset of getting her pregnant, but come to find out it was not true. She just lied about it. So that's neither here nor there, but that was a instance 2 years ago when they first got married of him cheating. So there's the evidence of cheating there. What I want to know is this. Now that Cardi B has come to her senses, apparently, hopefully, she, like I said, goes through with the entire thing and she just rids herself of that unneeded baggage in her life, because Offset is unneeded baggage in her life. She has surpassed him financially, okay, and hopefully she has surpassed him mentally and emotionally as well. She needs to get rid of that unneeded baggage badly. Let's see, I wanted to go ahead and do my layout differently. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to leave it as is and get to rolling, because guys, I'm in the truck today. I'm working. I work every day. I'm the hardest working woman here on YouTube. What's up, Kenny? Oh, you have a client on the way? All right. Yes, sir. Hit the free like button on your way in, guys. All right. So, I'm about to get into it as I roll down this road, because I'm going to dissect this whole thing. Because the Offset was trash from the very beginning. But then again, some people will argue that so was Cardi. Some people would argue that they both were a match made for each other because they were both trash. But here's how Cardi B was less trashy than Offset. Because Offset, by the time Cardi B had gotten to Offset, Offset had already had 4 baby mamas. Okay? Now here, this is where I understand the men's argument when they tell us, okay, you get with these guys, you see that he's like a serial baby maker, and then you turn around and you step in line to be baby mama number 5. Now I do understand that Offset probably initially helped Cardi B in her career, and Offset is a high value man. Okay, as far as money is concerned, because when Cardi B first started out, she didn't have anything, and of course, Offset being from the group the Migos, he might have put her on. Okay, I understand that. Okay, it was a career move. It was a smart career move, but a dumb relationship decision. So here you have it. Cardi B is trying to get her bag. She's trying to get her career off the ground. Nobody's hating on her for that. But why would you, even if you were going to just use him or sleep with him just to climb up the career ladder? I would not have, first of all, married Offset. I would not have had a child by Offset. That's where she went drastically wrong. And see, when she began to surpass him monetary wise, career wise, the mere fact that she saddled herself down with a baby by Offset, it made it much harder for her to be able to move around. And it is going to make it a little bit harder for her to get her Sierra on. Because, see, unlike Sierra, Cardi B has a certain type of persona that she has pretty much built for herself. And it's not a very good one. It's not too many high value, high quality men that are going to be looking at Cardi B and saying, hey, I want to wife that up. Not with her going around getting with guys like the guy that she's with, Offset, and having babies by them, and then doing songs like WAP and carrying on like she's been carrying on for the last 3 years. Getting in ballroom balls, cursing everybody out, arguing and fighting with everyone. So it's going to be kind of difficult for her to move up after that. Now, I think that with her trying to get with the Democratic Party and get political and stuff like that, she might be trying to clean up her image that way after leaving Offset. And I was on Raw B's channel yesterday, and we kind of touched on that on her channel when she asked the very thought-provoking question of whether or not we thought that she was divorcing Offset because she had that sit down with Joe Biden. And it might very well be. Because, like I said, Cardi B has some legal issues of her own. There could very well be a instance where, the Democratic Party, Joe Biden, or whoever is saying, hey, if you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. However, if you're going to represent us, we can't have you in this situation. That could very well be. But it's only speculation. I'm not saying that it's true at all, but it is a scenario to look at. So now, if she does rebrand herself, clean up her image, perhaps maybe she would be able to attract something better than Offset. But at any rate, her leaving him, I'm not going to clown her. I'm not going to get down on her at all. Because like I said, her marriage to Offset is something completely different than all of her beefings with black women and her political affiliations, so on and so forth. I want to talk strictly about the relationship and why this is a good move. I would never, ever clown a woman for doing the right thing. And ladies, I submit to you today, right now, this is the right thing. This is something that we should be applauding Cardi B for, in spite of who she is as a human being. I applaud her for this move. Because, see, just as I was telling you all yesterday in my live stream, Cardi B is the type of female that as long as she's an insecure woman, as long as she has low self-esteem within herself, she is always going to be fighting with other women. She's always going to be thinking that her man, no matter what man she's with, it could be a good man. She's always going to be thinking that she's not good enough. I hope that when Cardi B gets away from Offset, and if she gets away from him, I hope she didn't just file the divorce just for show, just to show him something, and then don't go through with it. I hope she goes all the way through with it and gets away from him. And when she does, I wouldn't even advise her to get with a man right away. Like I said, Cardi B has a lot of healing to do. And I hope that someone takes this as an opportunity to give her an intervention, because she definitely needs an intervention. She really needs a true friend in her life to step up and say, okay, step number one, you did good, girl. Encourage her. Yes, girl, you did good. Now, the next step is you be by yourself. You focus on you. You focus on culture. Focus on your daughter. Focus on healing inside and out, being a whole woman, loving yourself and who you are, knowing that you are enough first before you endeavor to get with anybody else. Because I submit to you, all of these years that she was with Offset, all of the beefings that she had, her beefings even with his baby mamas. She was even beefing with Offset's baby mamas, and that was public. And here's the thing, I did a little reading up on that situation. The baby mama was interviewed by TMZ 2 years ago. And she said that she didn't even know that Cardi B and Offset had gotten married. So she was still sleeping with, what's his name? She was still sleeping with Offset all the way up until he married Cardi B. She said she didn't find out that they were married until she read something in the news about it. She said she found out with the rest of the world, because he was steady going back and forth to her, having sex with her. This is the trash that Cardi B married. And the young lady said as soon as she found out that Offset had married Cardi B, she cut him off sexually. And when she cut that nigga off, that nigga stopped paying child support. And here's something that really don't get talked about and touched upon in these YouTube streets, because we need to talk about niggas like Offset too. I'm gonna get on his ass too, because like I said, I can dish it both ways. Because you got niggas like Offset for real out here, all these different baby mamas, and they gonna do what they supposed to do by their child as long as they have sexual access. So when the baby mama found out that he had married Cardi, she did what she was supposed to do as a woman, and she cut him out sexually. No, nigga, you got a whole wife. You go get your wop from her. And that nigga stopped paying child support because she wouldn't give him any more of her wop. Okay? And so this young lady said that she had been quiet about it, but then she ended up having to sue Offset for the back child support that he wasn't no longer paying because he didn't have sexual access. And that's how the story became public. And of course, Miss Cardi B, being who she is, in full pick-me form, does what she always does, go after the woman instead of checking her man. And that's when it was revealed that Offset was still going back and forth begging the baby mama to give him sexual access once again. And she had receipts, y'all. She showed the text messages. And as you read through the text messages, he's begging, can I just get it one more time, please? And she's clearly telling him, no, you're married. No, you're married. See, in this instance, I'm proud of the woman in this instance because she's not acting thirsty like most women. Most women would have kept right on sleeping with Offset, overlooking his wife, Cardi B, and not giving a damn. She would have been just happy to share penis, community penis. But she had more self-esteem about herself, more self-esteem apparently than Cardi B did at the time. And she went on to further say that they both got real disrespectful of her when she came out and she filed that lawsuit and she put Offset on blast with those text messages. Cardi B threatened to slap her. And that's when she went in all the way through and broke her silence and she did an interview right after the whole slap incident. She said, listen, I'm a lady and I ain't gonna take it no more. These two have been very disrespectful. And so since they want to be disrespectful, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell the whole thing. Miss Cardi B, I was on your side. And there have been plenty of articles where this particular baby mother of Offset had even given Cardi B compliments. She said, oh, you know, Offset has become a better man since he's been married to Cardi. She even gave Cardi B a few compliments along the way and tried to leave her man alone. But her man did not want to leave her alone. And so when it comes out that your man don't want to leave the baby mama's wop alone, you want to slap the baby mama. Nothing about you want to slap Future. I mean, not Future. Goodness, I get Offset and Future mixed up so often because they're so similar. I'm talking about nothing about she want to slap Offset. She want to slap the baby mama because she asking for her money for her child. Because this fool done cut off because she cut him off. I would have been shamed. And then she goes on to say that Cardi B begged her for 8 months to show her the text. And then when she complies, she curses her out and disrespects her even more. After she shows her the evidence that her man is begging for her wife, for her not to cut him off. Now, this is where you have to be at a real all-time low as a woman. When you're reading text from your husband, begging another woman not to turn off the tap to her punani. He's begging this other woman. If I had seen something like that, I think that alone, not a baby, that alone would have been enough for me to say, nigga, if you want it that bad, you can have it. And I would have been gone. You know, Cardi B, she woke up a little bit too late because now she's saddled with his child, so she's attached to him forever. See, I would have preferred if she had it just at the moment when she first started seeing the signs that this nigga wasn't no good. But she already knew he wasn't no good when she got with him. Like I said, I don't have nothing against her hustle if she was trying to get on with the music career or whatever, but she should have never ever dropped a baby for this movie. Now she's stuck with him forever. Exactly, Elise, the killer pick me hoe. She going around threatening to slap females because her husband begging for their stuff. She going around sending her bodyguards to beat up women because her husband can't keep his penis in his pants. And now, finally, 3 years later, and there's rumors that there might be another baby. That this is only a rumor. I heard it somewhere. I heard somebody said it. I was looking to see if there would be um, more breaking news on it this morning, but nothing has broken about it yet. But there is a rumor that the straw that broke the camel's back was this time he actually did get another woman pregnant whilst they are married. But like I said, I'm not going to drag her for leaving Offset because, like I said, that's the best decision she made since the inception of this relationship. Best decision. But Cardi B had a fucked up mindset long before she met Offset. Cardi B had issues dealing with other women long before she met Offset. And Cardi B does need an intervention. Because, see, this is just yet one little baby step in the right direction, filing for the divorce. She got to actually go through with it too. And then after she files for the divorce, she really needs some counseling because she has a long history of not being able to control her anger. And that is something that she has to deal with, or else her relationships with other women will always be strained. Like I said, Nicki Minaj warned us about women like Cardi B 2.5 years ago. So it ain't over. Her marriage with Offset may be on the brink of being over if she goes through with it, but Cardi B still has a long way to go. But this was definitely a step in the right direction. Better late than never. That's what I say. Yes, she got the baby now. That's going to slow her down. And it's going to keep her in communication with this asshole. This is going to give him access to be in her head and in her ear. And now she's got to be strong enough of a woman to ignore. So I do understand what she's going through because I know what it feels like to have to walk away from a man while you still love him. You got to be a real strong woman to do that. See, it's easy to stay and put up with the bullshit because that's what your heart telling you to do. That's what your body telling you to do because you still yearn for that man. You still want that man. So it's easy to stay. It's hella hard to walk away from somebody when you still love them and your body and everything, your mind, your emotions, your spirit wants him. But he ain't no good for you. That's that evil penis. that ain't no good for you. It's hard to walk away from some evil dick. Evil dick is hard to walk away from. You got to be a real strong woman to walk away from. It's like cocaine. But if Cardi B is strong away to walk away from that cocaine penis, if she's strong enough to turn back and not take another hit, walk completely away, go cold turkey, the same way that drug addicts have to have counseling and they have to go through treatment so that they can get through their withdrawal stages. I believe Cardi B could make it if she would actually work on herself inside. She needs to seek help. She needs to seek counsel. Because no woman in her right mind would sit around and take the disrespect that she did for as long as she did. And even Ray Charles could see. But she was turning a blind eye. And people say it was for the baby. But I'm going to say right now, it was more than just for the baby. Because like I said, that baby just connects her to him. But long before that baby even got here, she was strung out on that evil D. She couldn't leave the BJC alone, as Obsidian would call it, the BJC, the big juicy cock. She couldn't leave that big juicy cock alone. Long before that baby got here, she was cracked out on that BJC. The BJC had her making stupid decisions like marrying him and having his baby. And here's another thing, because we always talk about starter chicks, how you don't want to be the starter chick for any man, because the starter chick is the chick that guys use until they can get to something better. Offset is the equivalent of a starter chick for a high value man. He's a high value man as far as his money and connections, but he's low quality as far as being a father, a husband, protector, and provider. Low quality. High value with money, low quality with character. And shout out to Chrissy. She did a video this yesterday on that, and you can check that video out. She broke it down very nicely. So her first mistake was marrying the starter dude, the starter high quality man. See, there's certain high quality men that you use as your jump off person until you can get something of much higher quality. So he might be high value with his money, but he's low quality with his character. When you get guys that are high value with money but low quality in character, you just use them. You don't marry them. You definitely don't have their babies because they don't make good fathers. They make good tricks. They make good cash cows. But you don't marry him. You don't have kids by him. And when you get to where you need to be, and Cardi B was playing it just fine until she married him and had this baby. She was playing it just fine because he had made her famous, even more famous than him. And she surpassed him financially. And the moment that happened, she was supposed to drop him like a hot potato and monkey branch over to the next dude. But no. Instead, she got hooked on the BJC like a crackhead. And she was stuck. And see, this is a cautionary tale of what it looks like when you're stuck. This is what it looks like when you're stuck. Cardi B was stuck like Chuck, addicted to that BJC, making all types of ill-formed, bad decisions because her mind was clouded by the wrong thing. So now she's making the right move, and I applaud her. Once again, I'm not going to down a woman who's getting out of a bad situation. This is a move that I totally celebrate. That's the reason why I got my celebration confetti in the title. Celebration. We should celebrate and raise our wine glasses, raise our drinks. Well, it's too early in the morning to be drinking. But raise your imaginary glass. If you're listening in the evening, your real glass of wine. And cheer the sister on. Let her know, good move. Finally, you're going to turn the game around. Let's see if we can get to the end zone and make a touchdown. Six Figure Days says, I don't think it was just a D. She's been around doing her thing. It was more of the stardom of it all. Exactly, yes. But to me, it was also the being digmatized as well, because once she got her stardom and her fame and her money, there was no reason for her to still be with Offset after that. The only reason I can think of her still being with Offset after her career had taken off like it did was that she was still digmatized. And her jealousy and the way that she interacted with other women is well documented. And the only time women act like that is when they are totally digmatized by a man. Miss J said, Faith, nah, we shouldn't celebrate. We need Cardi boys to stay stuck exactly where they're at. Free up other black women to come up. Hope Offset finds another non-black woman's life to fuck up. And that's true. Oh my God, Miss J, you just spoke life. That is so true. Because now Offset is free and out here to roam the streets and probably fuck up a black woman's life. I hope he does get to another non-black woman to fuck up her life. You're right about that. I hope no black woman steps up to be baby mama number 6 on some old ill-gotten notion of getting the bag and not paying attention to the fact that he is low quality. High value in money, low quality in character. And it's not a good mixture for a husband. Now, I wouldn't blame any woman that got with him, on a, money thing, like he tricking off his money on her. That's something totally different. And I would encourage any woman, black or white, get his money, get all his money. But don't have no children by him. Don't marry him. He's not husband material. Abort mission, abort mission. Get your money and abort mission. As they used to say back in the days of 007, this message will self-destruct. He at least said, girl, no, but tell us how you really feel in Miss J. No, but I'm celebrating any woman that can walk away from a situation where it's not beneficial to her. I applaud her. I don't wish off a men like Offset. I don't wish on any woman. Actually, men like Offset should be walking around with a dry penis. Okay, he should be, God damn it, walking around here angry and upset from a dry penis rage because nobody will have sex with him. In a perfect world, that's the way he would be, because he definitely doesn't need he doesn't need any more WAP. Okay, Offset, people like Offset, Future, they've had all the WAP that they should be getting. Nobody should be giving them any more WAP. There's too much WAP flying around out here. Yes, at least they use their penises for weapons. I recently had a guy tell me, he wished I would get pregnant and have his child. I said the devil is a lie. These guys are out here and they will try to get you pregnant on some trying to trap you bullshit. Especially if they see you and they think that you're a good woman. They'll try to stick a baby in you real quick. What's up, Slayer Jim? Won't they do it though? And then when you get on to their little games, they get a little money or something like that, or you find out they cheating or whatever happens, and you go and get your little child support, they'll be the first ones complaining about having to pay. Or when you cut them off from the WAP, like Offset's baby mama did, and then they want to start begging, then they want to start using their money as a tool, because it's not just the penis that they use, they also use money as a tool for control as well. But I'm not going to pay no child support then. You're going to be like that. Oh, yeah, it goes on. It goes on out here. But you're not going to hear none of these manosphere men talking about that. How some of them still sleeping with their baby mamas and get mad when she cut them off. So then he going to cut the kid off too. Some of these guys will walk away from their whole child if they can't get what they want from the mom. Have seen it. And Offset is just that dirty, low down, low budget, low class, low quality Negro that do shit like that. So yes, I'm happy. I'm elated. I'm throwing a party. Yes, Miss Cardi, we gonna party for you. We gonna party for you today, sister. But you ain't no sister. But I'm happy for you. You made the right choice finally. Now get some help for your other mental issues that you had before you met the nigga. Because I promise you, when Cardi B get with somebody else, because of the PTSD, the shell shock of being with a no good ass nigga, the next nigga gonna really catch it. And that's the other thing too that we don't talk about, because these guys will be real quick to complain about women who have been hurt in the past and that they're bringing their emotional baggage into the new relationship. But let's talk about that, because what happens when you haven't healed from the last no good ass nigga, and then you get with another no good ass nigga, and then another no good ass nigga? You develop what they call PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. That's real. That's real. And so this is the reason why I said Cardi may need a prevention, because I submit to you that she had this PTSD way before she got with Offset. It's just worse because Offset was the worst type of nigga. So it made her PTSD worse. That's the reason why she's getting into all these barroom fights, fighting with all these women, because she had PTSD in her marriage. She was paranoid as fuck. And she will continue to be paranoid if she don't get help. So now, if there are any brothers in here listening, that's why. This is why niggas like Offset, niggas messing with these girls at a young age, fucking with their mans, it messes them up. This is why. See, this is going to be all the way educational today for both men and women. This is going to answer some questions for both parties. Because men, you sit up here and you are very critical of these women who have been hurt in the past. And I agree with you. These women should not be out here dating until they get their mental and emotional together. But when a woman pulls herself together and finally gets herself to the point where she's right, and she begins to set boundaries for herself, then you all are out here complaining about her boundaries and her standards. Let's talk about that for a minute. So say Cardi B does get this intervention and she deals with her childhood issues because she didn't have the best childhood growing up. She deals with her relationship issues and she heals herself and she begins to construct boundaries that protects her. She begins to set standards to help her choose better. According to guys like Kevin Samuels, well, she's not a virgin. Why should she let the next man wait? She should just be an open highway for anybody that happens to come along, because she's a baby mama. And that devalues her as a human being. This is what a lot of these guys will say. See, I want to use this situation with Cardi B as a, how can I say it, a social experiment for us to dissect real quick. Because there's many of us who have been in Cardi B's shoes while we're sitting up here talking. We've been hurt, we've been cheated on, lied to. Some of us have had bad childhoods growing up. And we've had to work through a lot of pain to get to where we are today. And we had to set a lot of boundaries to protect ourselves. We had to start establishing standards so that we can choose better. And then the minute that we do this, the dating pool dries up because we have eliminated all the assholes. And I will submit to you right now, the reason why the dating pool has dried up is because there's a lot of assholes out here that are looking to abuse you. And so don't look at it as a drought, look at it as a shield. Because now, with your boundaries in place, with your standards in order, you are going to ward off all the jerks and the assholes that you should have been avoiding in the first place. And you put yourself in places where you can find more high quality men, not just high value with money, but high quality in character. So now with these new set of standards and boundaries, you are going to find high quality as well as high value. See, a lot of times, we focus on getting the bag so much. We focus on high value, high earning men so much that we forget that we also need to vet. So, the two things, ladies, I want you to remember: high value and high quality. They go hand in hand. So, let this situation with Cardi B be a cautionary tale. And if there are any young sisters listening to me and you have not yet had any children, let this be a cautionary tale to you. Offset is a good example of a high quality man with very low value because his character is low value. The only thing he's good for is his money. He's not good to marry, he's not good to have children. But a good quality man would be someone like Russell Wilson, Sierra's husband. See, Sierra, she got it right. At first, she was with a high quality man who was low value. She was with Future. Future is another example of high quality, low value. Sierra learned her lesson from getting with high value, low quality men. High value, low quality. Future, that's who it was. She learned her lesson from that. And so she instead looked for both high value and high quality. And she found Russell Wilson. So if there's nothing else that I want to leave you with, I want to leave you all with this thought. Remember, they both go hand in hand. And your boundaries that you set for yourself is your shield, your protection from the low quality men that want to use and abuse you, like the offsets and the futures. They don't see you as being human beings. They just see you as a means to some sort of an end, whether it be for your body, whether it be for your financial, whether it be for just having a place to stay that's low quality. So you set your boundaries and set your standards. And don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't have any boundaries. Don't let anybody tell you that your standards are too high. Of course, when I say set your standards, set it within reason. Don't have unreasonable standards. But this should go without saying. And yes, you're going to see your dating pool begin to dry up because you're eliminating the assholes. That is a good thing. And when the smoke clears, you put yourself in places where there are high value men, and then you also recognize the high quality in those men. So now we're learning today. This is a lesson in discernment. See, this whole Cardi B, her life story, this is a lesson in discerning, choosing wisely, choosing better, as our men would tell us to choose better. This is a lesson, and exactly how we can go about implementing that. So the plan is to use our discernment to know the difference between high value, low quality, and high value, high quality. One you just use for their money, and the other is good for marriage. Set your standards and boundaries to protect yourself, and then the field will be wide open for you to identify the high value, high quality men. And don't be afraid to expand options. Let's not forget that. So that we're not out here fighting over the same guy and overinflating his sense of importance in doing so. That's the other lesson. Because, see, I see a lot of us out here, we are overinflating these men's sense of importance, sense of self-importance. That's the reason why we got a lot of these guys out here talking about they the prize, because we done blew their heads up. Because we're out here fighting over, when we could very well expand our options and every woman can have her own man. No need to be fighting over anybody. So that's all I had to say on this subject. I think I've pretty much hit all the points that I wanted to hit on this. If I missed anything, somebody let me know. I don't think I'm going to open it up for, I don't think I'm going to open up my panel today. There's too much paneling going on. Oh, thank you, Brown Becky, for the $2 super chat. And she said, preaching as usual. Thank you, lady. But yeah, I think that that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the mic drop. I just want to say thank you as always to everyone that came in here today to support me. Six Figure Days, Brown Betty, E. Elise, as always, the Snake Charmer, make it happen. Everybody, Screen Learning. I see his comment down there. I hadn't really been paying attention to the comment because I've been so focused on my commentary. Slayer Jim, just everybody that has come in here today. And if I missed anybody, oh, and Miss J, absolutely. Definitely can't miss my girl, Miss J, because she be dropping gems every time she comes through. And Kenny Conjo stuck his head in early this morning, so I definitely want to say shout out to him and Chef Disaster, much appreciation. So if I missed anyone, it was not by design, definitely. But I am going to go ahead and close out on this note. Please definitely like the stream on the way in and out. If you're listening on the replay, please take the time to like the stream and do share the stream. If you have content creators that you like, that you want to see blow up, get into the habit of sharing their streams to your community tab. You have no idea what a difference that makes. It does draw more people to the audience. So definitely do get into the habit of doing that with your favorite YouTubers, especially if it's a channel that you'd like to see grow and flourish. And with that, I'm out. Have a good day, guys.